I don't know how to open this analysis. I'll get straight to my experiences with Xull. When I first got the game, I'm dared to say Xull was a pocket pick of mine, when I mained Rayman and also pocketed Caspian and Ragnar at the time. Yeah, that didn't last long. I didn't hate him on Xbox. In fact, I got him to level 25 a lot earlier than other legends. But that didn't mean he got past level 25 2 years after I did it, LMAO. Look, reason I don't like him isn't because I'm bad at him, or his weapons, or don't like his SIG or character design. In fact, it's actually pretty fun if you like to torture people for a living. I'll happily play him for this video, but I don't like him for the reasons that make him OP. It feels dirty to abuse for some reason. And you already know what section of the video that segues into. The SIGs. I already thought the SIGs were really good. Apparently they weren't, since they decided to buff them back with the Battle Pass patch. With an in-depth glance, maybe I was wrong. Let's take a look. Cannon SIG is a bit harder to use than you think. Yes, people might walk into it when you hold it, but it hits directly upright in a very small area, and on the way down, the hitbox entirely disappears until it hits the ground to open up again. One of the much harder SIGs to hit for a Xull especially, but you better believe the reward is high. Also goes true with downlight, although that's one of the less memorable true combos on Cannon. Side SIG has an incredibly small hitbox. It fits just inside Xull's hitbox, and is a pretty high risk, high reward SIG, like most of Xull's SIGs. I found it to be one of the earliest killing as early as Orange. I guess I get why they buffed this one a bit. Cannon down SIG is the one I think actually needs a pretty big nerf. It covers such a large area that makes it really difficult to punish when coming back onto stage, and even in platform situations. It's worse than Nye's spear down SIG, no joke. Although it doesn't kill as early as other SIGs, I would love to see maybe some extra end lag added to it to make it more punishable. His axe SIGs aren't as strong in my opinion, but still go pretty hard. In SIG can be really unsuspecting sometimes and can kill really early as well. Depending on how you use it anyways, it actually does hit in a really big area if it didn't seem like it. Just the angle and area it does hit in is very situational. Not a bad SIG, but worth it when you hit it. Axe side SIG is worse than Cannon side SIG in my opinion. It feels a tad bit slower. And the hitbox is around the same size or even smaller than Cannon side SIGs. It takes a pretty long time to finish, so maybe it could be used for team combos, but it's much harder to use than it seems. Axe down SIG I think is his best axe SIG for its situational use. Yes, a lot of people might jump or dodge away against axe, and for that I propose dash axe down SIG. Great for people who like to stay on the ground a lot. Yes, it definitely doesn't have as much damage as the other attacks, but to be honest, it's Xull, all his attacks are really high damage anyways. But it can split you and the enemy apart even at some of the lowest damages. Although it doesn't hit up close, so I would mind that when using it. Overall, I've got to say its axe game is much better. Don't get me wrong, its cannon game is menacing, but I find it much harder to use in combo with thanks to the damage buildup Xull has, which honestly, I don't know if that's good or bad. He doesn't have a ton of skins, in fact he has a bit of a low amount. Reason behind that might be because of his design rework. He was the first legend to get a modern design rework next to Sentinel and Thatch, and I think this one is all positive. I think Xull beforehand was fine, but this version of him makes him look way more like a 10 strength legend. More menacing. Very nice design choice in my opinion. Either way, let's get to the skins. God tier has Commander Xull and Amethyst. I mainly run Commander because of my dripped out setup, even though I don't like Xull very much. This is one of my favorite setups in the game. Amethyst is a very stylish crossover and fits amazingly over Xull with some of her moves, like the Chain Trap being her whip, and even Purple Puma or her Spin Ball move being both side SIGs. She also looks actually normal compared to some of the other Steven Universe crossovers. Speeding it up, we have just Arctic Trapper Xull and pretty good. Not bad, just looks good to me. Mid tier has Elven Hollow Xull and Demon Ogre Xull. I bet you forgot this existed. It's a cool theme for Xull, but feels a bit off. The cannon is nice. And Demon Ogre never really hit right for me, but it is unique to Xull compared to the rest, and has decent weapons, so mid tier it is. And then Get Out tier has just Gridiron Xull. I seriously don't think I've seen anyone with this skin. The weapons are terrible, color swaps are even worse. And maybe some Xull players would like it, but I think I'm speaking for most of us by saying it's one of the worst skins in the game. Tier list wise, out of SA, B, C, and D, I want to place Xull in low S tier. It doesn't add up, right? Axe just got gutted. Cannon is, I'm dare to say, balanced. His SIGs look much harder to hit than would seem. Well, again, high risk, high reward. But you're missing the one thing that's making Xull one of the best legends in the game. 9 attack, 4 dex, 5 defense, and 4 speed. I'll say it over and over again, low speed is okay. Dex doesn't affect either weapons, the defense is about average, and the 9 attack makes him an absolute fucking unit on the basketball court.
That was the move that made LeBron cry.
Seriously, the damage buildup is ridiculous. A lot of high strength legends feel highly boosted by their stat combination, and Xull is guilty of it too. Either way, I'd run any stance besides Dex. Attack makes you hit harder and takes out of defense, leaving you more vulnerable. Defense takes out of Dex, speed takes out of attack, and Dex takes out of speed, which is just torture. Straight up torture. I'm not 100% sure. People have always been saying he's not that great, but even his play rate is pretty high and has maintained that spot for ages now. Around the 1.8 to 2.1% area. I think we just haven't had much representation for him that's shown how good he is. I mean, he does have cannon, and nobody likes cannon. Overall though, I still find Xull fun, but I don't play him that much for the reason that he's criminally strong. Hell, I don't even know why I end up playing other legends like Shang or Cross when I think the exact same thing about them. I should really play more Xull in that case. Then again, I had him level 25 on Xbox already, so maybe I'm just burnt out on him. But it always feels like a win with him when I kill an orange or bright red a lot of the time. Either way, that wraps up the Xull analysis. I enjoy doing this one a lot actually. It feels like a trend that tends to happen with legends I don't enjoy. Weird. On another note, still doing the Lucian rank challenge. I've decided I'm going to release it as one big video instead of separate videos, so we can see my demise all in one place. Trust me, it's bad. Early season ranked blows. Thanks for watching this analysis, and the only hint that I got for the next legend analysis was Sandstorm. I don't know what Sandstorm has to do with this. He quit the game anyways. I'll decipher it eventually. You guys probably know more about it than me. Until next time, keep on brawling.